Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to store data in Java programs. So let's get started. In order to store the data in Java programs, we need to use four things in Java. What are they? The four things are none other than variables, data types, operators, and the last one is literals. These four items we have to use in Java for storing the data. Okay, we have to use variables, data types, operators, and literals together to store the data in Java. How? Let me give an example. Okay, so with example, you'll understand how to use these variables, data types, operators, and literals to store the data in Java. Okay, so let me give an example for that. Example. So here is an example Java statement using which we are storing the data in Java. So int a is equal to 5. So in this particular statement, where is the data? The data is none other than this 5. 5 is nothing but what? Data. So technically, this data can be called as this. Okay, in this example, 5 is the data, right? This data technically in Java can be called as literal. Okay, we can call this data as what? Literal. Let me write down here. It's called as literal. Okay, this is an example statement in Java using which we are storing the data. The data in this example is 5. So data is technically called as what? Literal. Okay, so this literal is getting stored where? Into this variable. Here A is called as a variable. Okay, here A is called as what? I am storing the data file in Java program into a variable. This variable, in this example, variable name is A. So here A is nothing but the variable in this example statement. It's nothing but a variable. So in order to store the data or literal 5 into this variable A, we are using an operator. Okay. In this particular statement, we are using what? We are using an operator. You see, this is an operator. It's an assignment operator. In this example, we are using which operator? Assignment operator we are using. Okay. We are storing the data file into the variable A using the assignment operator. So this is an operator in this statement. And finally, we have data type. Okay. This int in this statement is called as a data type. This is called as data type. Okay. Based on what type of data you want to store into the variable, you have to declare that variable with appropriate data type in Java. Okay. In Java, if you want to store numerical non-decimal value into the variable, that variable should be declared with one type of data type in Java called as in data type. Okay. I'll explain more. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate this statement for you. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate this statement for you in Java programming. So here, let me recap again. So in order to store data in Java programs, we need four things. What are they? Variables. Okay, A is a variable in this statement. Second one is data type. Here int is a data type in this example statement. Operators. Here equal symbol is an assignment operator we have used. And finally, the actual data that you want to store into the program, that is generally technically called as literal in Java programming. Okay, literal. So we need variables, data types, operators, and literals to store the data in Java. Let me practically demonstrate this right now, whether this is really storing the data into the variable or not. Let me show you practically. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE editor and I'll right click here and select new class. I'll just create a new class, demo4. I'll just give a sample name known as demo4. I'll select this checkbox field of the main method so that the main method code will get auto-generated. Click on finish. So the class demo4 got created. This is a class body. Inside the class body, we have the main method, and inside the main method, by default, we are getting a comment. I'm removing the comment. Okay. Now inside this main method body, I'm going to write that example statement that I have just now written here. Int a is equal to 5. The same statement I'm going to write as it is. Int a is equal to 5. Okay. So this is an example statement in Java using which we are storing the data in Java. Okay. In Java programming, if you want to store some data, we have to write this kind of example statement. What if I don't specify this int? What will happen? Will the Java program will be able to store the data file into this variable a in this program? The answer is no. You're already getting an error. Okay. You're already getting an error. Here 5 need to store into this variable a. But is it happening? No. We are getting error. Why we are getting an error? You see, in Java, if you want to store some data into the variable, you have to specify a particular data type. You have to declare this variable with data type. So based on the type of the data that you want to store into the variable, appropriate data type you have to use for declaring this variable in Java programming. So if you want to store numerical non-decimal data, you have to declare the variable with some type of data type like int data type. Okay. So there are a lot of data types in Java. I'll explain more in the upcoming sessions. Okay. Not only the data types, guys, all these concepts like variables, data types, operators, and literals, I'm going to explain in detail in the upcoming session. Okay. Here in this session, we're just getting started. Okay. Simply understand the basics, guys. Okay. Here I'm trying to store the numerical non-decimal data into this variable. For that, I need to declare this variable with int data type. What if I try to store 5.5 into this variable? If I declare this variable with int data type, can I store 5.5 into this variable? The answer is no. So this is numerical decimal data. For numerical non-decimal data, I can store into this variable we declare as int data type. But if I try to store numerical decimal data, then int data type is not enough. Okay, we have to use other data type known as double in Java. Okay, I'll explain more about these data types later. So based on the type of the data that you want to store into the variable in Java programming, you have to declare that variable with appropriate data type. Okay, you have to declare that variable with appropriate data type. Okay, if I declare this variable with int, then I can store 5. That's all. Hope you got some idea about the data type, but I will cover about the data type in detail in the upcoming sessions. So here, the data, which is otherwise called as a literal, is getting stored into this variable A. Okay, it's getting stored into this variable A in this Java program, and with the help of which operator? Assignment operator. And to store this kind of data into the variable, we have to declare the variable with int data type. So this is what is a simple basic level thing. Okay, that you will understand more in the upcoming sessions. Anyhow, now what is the proof that this value 5 is actually stored into this variable in this program with the help of this statement? So what if I write a print statement, and in this print statement, if I print this variable A, okay, if I print this variable A, and in the output, if the 5 value gets printed, when I print this variable, if I print this A as a, okay, using this print statement, if I print this A in the output, what should I get? If I get 5, that is a proof that this statement is able to store the data 5 into this variable A, right? So, but how to print the variables is a question. How to print the variables is a question. You can print the variables directly, guys. Okay. If you want to print some text in Java, you have to represent the text like this. Okay. If you want to print some text in Java, you have to represent text with double quotes in Java programming. Okay. Then you can print out the text. You see, my name will get printed, guys. Right click run as Java application. My name will get printed in the output console here. Okay. If I want to print some text, I can directly provide the text inside the print statements by surrounding with double quotes. But what if I want to print a number? Let's say I want to print a number 9. Do I need to surround the number 9 with double quotes or something? No. Directly provide the number. For numbers, you don't have to surround with double quotes in Java. Only text we have to surround with. Okay, whatever the text that you want to print here, the text need to surround it with double quotes, but number not required. Run this, 9 will be directly printed. What if I want to print a variable? Do I need to surround this variable also with double quotes? The answer is no. If you want to print a variable, you have to directly provide the variable name like this. Okay, the way you provide the number directly without any double quotes, the same way, if you want to print the variable, you have to print the variable directly. You should not surround this variable with double quotes or some other thing. Okay, if I run this code, what I'm getting? I'm getting the value 5. That means if I print this variable A, value 5 is getting, whatever the value that got stored into this variable is getting printed. That means this statement was able to store this data 5 into this particular variable A in Java. So in this program, the 5 got stored into this variable. That's the proof. Okay. And you have to print the variable like this. What if you surround this variable with double quotes? What will happen? This A will be treated as a text and printed like a text. Okay, A will be printed. You see, the value in the variable won't be stored. Instead, A will get printed as a text. That's the reason you should not print the variables with double quotes. You have to print the variables directly. Okay, so if you print the variables directly using the print statements, the value which is stored into the variable will get printed. Instead of the variable name, the value which is getting stored into the variable will get printed. So with practical demonstration, hope you understood how to store the data in Java program. This is just getting started, guys. I need to explain more about these concepts. Okay. So I'll be doing that in the upcoming sessions of this course. Okay. Because I need to cover variables in depth, data types in depth, operators in depth, and literals in depth. Okay. So you need to learn a lot of stuff. But to understand the upcoming sessions, you should have this basic idea of how to store the data in Java programs with a combination of variables, data types, operators, and literals, which I have demonstrated practically in this session. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.